I'm Axel, and welcome to my archive. Just over 2 years ago, Suga from BTS, aka Agust D, released his song Daechwita, and it broke armies. Roughly about 1 to 2 weeks after this MV was released, I decided to make the impulsive decision to try to recreate this look at about 4 AM. This is how it turned out. Considering I have zero to little makeup experience, I think it turned out okay. 2 years later, I'm gonna try to recreate what I did and see if it turns out better, worse, or exactly the same. My bet is that it's either gonna be exactly the same or it's gonna be worse, because I have not touched makeup since this whole COVID thing, so I don't even remember what I'm supposed to do. These are the pictures I'm going to be using as my inspiration to try to recreate this look. I already washed and moisturized my face before recording this video, so it doesn't take as long to record. But the first thing we're going to do is start with primer. Hey guys, I will be doing voiceovers for part of this video, so I apologize for the changing audios. I have a mirror to my right and will also be using the mirror on my eyeshadow palette, which is why I look at the camera a little bit less in this video, I'm sorry. I also won't be showing the products in detail, as you can probably find better quality products. I know very little about makeup. Okay, I have no makeup on right now, which is why you can see all my pores in all their glory. Are you supposed to prime your neck? The next thing is colour corrector. I use the green one as it helps reduce the redness of my face, specifically around my cheeks and on my chin, and it helps cover up my spots just a little bit better. Right, next thing is to add the foundation. Now, guys, I still don't know whether if a brush or a beauty blender is better, so I'm going to be using both and just seeing what happens. If you couldn't tell already, I'm extremely pale and I hadn't used this foundation in a while, so this kind of made me look a little bit orange. Hopefully not too much like a What's It though. When you guys do foundation, I know a lot of people do that thing where they leave out their eyes and they just do the eye makeup on top. Is that better? By the way, if there's any other inspired looks you want me to try to recreate, as I said, I'm not good at makeup, but I would definitely try because it's something I want to experiment with in the future. But I was always too scared to try it because I was like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing, it's gonna turn out ugly. But I think I've just kind of accepted that over time. Now I'm gonna do concealer. This is the only thing as well that tries to give my spots a chance at not being so obvious. It also helps get rid of the eye bags that show my bad sleep schedule. I also put some on the lips as well to mute down the colour, even though later on I'll be applying a lip tint. I swear I have a scar in my eyebrow because there's one patch of hair that just doesn't grow no matter what. But I don't know what I did for that to happen. Now I want to add in contour. I definitely either had one too dark or applied too much, because I think this is what turned me orange the most, especially around my jawline, but oh well, it's a learning experience. I'm pretty sure you're supposed to do upward brush strokes, but I kept forgetting to do that, which probably also didn't help me in terms of blending it with the foundation. Now that all the creams and the liquids are done, we can set that all in place with the powder. I definitely didn't have enough of this left, I had used it quite a lot, so if you were going to recreate this look or do makeup in general, I would suggest using a little bit more powder than what I did. Now it's time to do eyeshadow. For the base colour, I used a light brown or a neutral tone so that we can build the darker ones on top of it. Next, you want to go in with a slightly darker brown and do a horizontal V shape on the outer corners of your eyes and put a bit in the crease as well to help create depth and just general darker tones to your eyes. Okay, we're already looking somewhat better, I think. Okay, then you want to go in with an even darker brown, but only a small amount on the very edge of your eye. I'm going to blend that out with this little blending brush. This doesn't have to be too dramatic, as it's only really a base look for the scar to go down. Now using a smaller brush, I just use black eyeshadow to lightly trace the edge of my lid. I've not done this in a very long time, so this could turn out pretty bad now that I think about it.
If you want a more dramatic look, either put on more black eyeshadow or use a pencil or liquid liner. But I am not experienced enough to do that.
I almost need to create that V shape that I tried to do mini a year ago. Blend that out.
Make sure to also blend it a bit underneath your eye as well to make it stand out a bit more and add dimension.
This eye definitely isn't very good. This one, you have to tell me, I can't close my eye that well. But I think I'm gonna leave it like that.
Here I'm just applying some eyebrow primer and using what I think is called a spoolie to comb my brows in the direction that I want them, which is mainly in an upwards direction. Now I'm just using some dark brown eyeshadow to fill in my brows and make them a little bit thicker. My eyebrows are already pretty thick, so I'm not doing too much to them as I want a more natural look. Now I forgot to do this before filling in my brows, but I'm now blocking out the part of my eyebrow that I want the scar to go through. So do this before filling in your brows because otherwise it's just annoying.
Now for the fun bit, my favorite part, the scar. Getting either a lip liner or an eyebrow pencil in sort of light, well, I mean, these aren't necessarily light shades, but either in a pink one or a brown one. And you're gonna sketch out where you want the scar to go. And I have my inspiration picture here, so we'll see what I can do. Sort of want it to look like this.
Then using a small brush and going in with a light brown eyeshadow, you want to go over the top of your sketch as it helps blend out the line you drew. To try and get your scar more realistic, add more shadows to the widest or the thickest part of your scar to create a bigger effect.
It doesn't look great, but it doesn't look bad either, I guess. It just looks like someone who doesn't know what they're doing is trying to do makeup.
To add shine or texture to the scar, I use some dark red lip gloss, but if you have face paint that will work as well, and I put this on the wider parts of the scar. To shape the scar in the better way that I would like it, I just used a Q-tip or a cotton bud, but you can use concealer as well if you would rather use that.
I'm pretty satisfied with how the scar has turned out. I've added some shadows to it, so hopefully it looks kind of okay. Ooh, okay, it looks good in this mirror.
I only used a little bit of mascara because I didn't want this to be too dramatic, so I just put enough to enhance my eyes a little bit. Now moving on to the lip tint. This one that I have is extremely red, so I just put a small amount on a Q-tip and place some in the middle inside of both my top and bottom lip. Then using the other end of the Q-tip that has no product on it, I blended it out to create a gradient look. Now to finish off this look, we're going to use some setting spray to keep everything in place. And then because my lips got pretty dry towards the end of this recording, I added some lip balm, or if you have lip gloss you can use that, to give my lips a little bit of a shine effect.
And we're done makeup wise, so now I'm gonna go do my hair, put on my outfit, and we'll see how this turned out.
If for whatever reason you haven't seen the original MV or heard the song by Agust D, I will leave a link below, or you can click on the card at the top of the screen. Did you prefer the makeup part or the outfit part? Let me know what I did better at or what your favourite was. Personally, I think it was neither a failure or a success. Makeup wise, I don't think I did as well this time, but in terms of my outfit, I think it's a little better the second time around. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more like it in the future, let me know by clicking the like button, and if you have any ideas of inspired looks you'd want me to try, either leave them down below in the comments or via my social media. If you want to see more content from me in general, consider subscribing to my channel. It's free and you can always change your mind. And that's all from me, so I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!